It should be good. All right, no requests. All right, let's go ahead and find our comfortable seats. Sit up nice and tall. Lift your shoulders up and let them roll back and down. Hands on your knees, elbows soft under your shoulders. Eyes are closed, you're gazing down. And without changing anything, just begin to notice your breath, how the breath naturally flows in and out of the body. Begin to deepen your breath. Finding that equal inhalation, exhalation, in and out through the nose. And if your mind wanders, focus back on your breath. Remembering that we always practice ahimsa. Maybe adding an intention to your practice, a single positive word. And allow that word to become your breath. And then keeping your eyes closed, make your way to hands and knees and press yourself into child's pose. So remember, if it bothers the knees, you can stay on the elbows. And just use this time to come more into yourself, preparing for practice. We are always doing spiritual work. To know whether you're doing it properly, watch your feelings. Are you becoming more and more easeful, more and more peaceful? Are you lessening your worries? Do you feel happy? If it bothers you more and more, then you're not doing it right. It's not the action that is important. It is how you do it. And then just walk both hands to the right side of your mat. Walk a little further through the left, maybe left hand stacks on top of right. And then walk it across to the other side. And then come back to center and shift forward to hands and knees. Just cycle through a few cat-cow breaths, warming up your spine. And then wait for your next exhalation. Return to your flat back. Look over the right shoulder towards the right hip. Look around to the left. Come to center, and now push your hip off towards the right heel. Make a big circle all the way around. And just pushing your hips to the sides as you circle. See if you can find the outer edges of your hips getting warmer. And then we're going to reverse it and go the opposite direction. And then come back to center and press it into child's pose. And then activate your arms. So really walk your arms as far away as they'll go and plant your palms in your child's pose. And then shift forward and then drop into an elbow plank or knee plank rather. Hold here and then exhale, take it all the way back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. And just do that 2 more times. And then this time, tuck your toes when you go back to child's pose and breathe into your feet, your toes, behind the toes, over the heels, through the glutes and the back, and up to the crown of the head, down through the shoulders and arms. And then you're either going to push back into that knee position or you're going to press it up to down dog. And you're going to walk it around. You can cat-cow if you're not doing down dog. Pedal it out, walk it out, wag your tail. And then come to stillness wherever you are and hold. Nice. And then either drop to your knees or shift into plank. Hold your plank or your knee plank. On an exhale, you're either going to down dog or back to that child's pose like we did before. And then inhale, shift forward. Exhale, shift back. Keep going 2 more. And then we'll hold our plank. And we'll lower all the way down. And then slide your elbows forward for Sphinx. Tuck your chin if you need less. Look forward, drag the elbows towards the body if you need more. Engage your glutes, press the pelvis into the floor. Stay here only if it feels good. You can lift your elbows. Coming into seal. And then lower down, press up to hands and knees and go all the way back. And then when you're ready, you're either going back to hands and knees or back to down dog. And then inhale, shift to plank again, or hands and knees or knee plank. And you're going to lower down. So if you're going from the knees, you can just go straight into an up dog if that feels good. Otherwise, you can lower down for a cobra or chaturanga down. We're all going to end up in up dog any way you want to get there. Maybe you want to look back over your shoulders. Nice. And then everybody tap your knees, tuck your toes. Stay there or find your down dog. And then walk your way to ragdoll. Any movement that feels good. Bend your knees, grab your elbows, shake your head yes and no. And then round yourself up to standing. Once you're at the top, reach, keep your arms up there, relax your shoulders down. And let's just take a moment here before we go into the sides. Just turn your palms forward, bend your elbows out to the sides, and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Just notice how that feels. These look great. Inhale, go back up. Exhale, find that cactus arms again. Nice. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, high. Exhale, bend. Nice. 1 more time. And then reach it back high. Now grab your right wrist, pull it to the left side. Stay here. If you have something that gives you a better side stretch, go for it. Might be right foot in front, push the hips forward and pull, or right foot behind, bend both knees like a curtsy and pull. And then bring it back through center. Grab the other wrist, stretch it over. Some of you are staying here, some of you are moving that left foot in front or behind. And then bring it back up tall. Drop your hands, touch your thighs, slide towards your toes. Stay here or take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, and let the arms pull away. And then hands go back onto the sacrum before you reach for your toes. On an inhale, press your shins away. On an exhale, fold. On an inhale, come all the way up. Once you're at the top, stretch it out. Drop your tailbone. If it feels good, you can add a little back bend. Come up tall, hands down, and find your mountain at the top of your mat. Surya Namaskar. Shoulders back and down, palms forward. Tailbone drops, belly lifts. Feel as if you're being pulled up through the crown of the head. On an inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. On an inhale, push your shins away. On an exhale, step your left foot back. Drop the knee, sink into the left hip flexor. Shining your heart open. And then wait for an exhale, hips back, toes lift, Ardha Hanuman. Shift the weight forward, stay here, bring both hands to your thigh. Right hand stays on the thigh, left arm goes up alongside the ear, tip it to the right. Stay there or reach that right hand down towards your block or floor. If you can't touch, keep it on the thigh. And then hands down, take it back, hands and knees or down dog, cat cow or flow through. Nice. And then either from hands and knees or down dog, let the left leg lift. Keep the toes down and the legs straight for a moment. So your hips are closed. Nice straight leg, beautiful. Now keep the leg straight and just turn the toes to the left. And then see if the leg will go higher. You can point the toe. Maybe it feels good to bend the knee. Maybe it doesn't. Honor your body. And then heave ho, left foot to the top. Drop the right knee and sink into the right hip flexor. Wait for an exhale, hips back, toes lift, hands walk with you if the hamstring is tight. And then shift the weight into the front foot, both hands to your thigh. Left hand stays on the thigh, right arm goes up, tip it to the left. Stay there or reach that left hand down. And then hands down. Hands and knees or down dogs. Cat cow or add your flow. Inhale plank. Exhale lower. Inhale is cobra or up dog. And exhale is hands and knees or down dog. And then either from hands and knees or down dog, let the right leg lift, leg straight, toes point down. Notice the difference in closed hips. Feels okay, toes turn to the side, leg goes higher. Maybe pointing the toe helps. Maybe good, maybe it doesn't. And then heave ho, right foot to the top. Left hand flat on your mat, or you can grab a block, put a block under there, lift the floor, right hand on the thigh, turn and twist, look to the right. Keep that right hand down or reach it up. Wait for an exhale, bring the hand down, stay here, step your back foot up a few inches. Knee is lifted now, we're coming up for high lunge. If it doesn't feel good, it can always be a low lunge. We're gonna do that same thing with our hands. So turn your palms forward, bend your elbows and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Maybe you start to look up the wall. And then inhale, go back high. Stay right here or exhale, left hand forward, right arm back. Some of you might drop your right hand to the back thigh and reach the left arm up and back for a little deeper side stretch. Beautiful. Wait for an exhale, hands to the floor. Step up with the left foot and back with the right. Right hand or fist flat, left hand on the thigh, twist and look to the left. Keep that left hand down or reach it up. Bring the hand down, step the back, come up for your high lunge. You're always welcome to stay here, or we're turning those palms forward, bend your elbows out to the side, squeeze the shoulder blades together, maybe look up the wall. And then inhale, go back up. Stay right here, or it's right arm forward, left arm back. Some of you might drop your left hand and reach the right arm higher. Beautiful. Wait for an exhale, hands down to the mat. You can either step to ragdoll or down dog. If you went to down dog, you can add a vinyasa. Nice. If you went to down dog, make your way back up to ragdoll. And let's all have our feet a little more than hips width apart and walk both hands to the right side of the right foot. Left hand's gonna grab the calf or ankle, put a bend in the left knee. Right hand can stay down or reach high. Can stay straight up, or you can take your right knuckles to your sacrum, or you can wrap it around and grab that left inner thigh. And then we're switching sides, right arm across, then the right knee, keep the left hand down or reach it up. Keep it straight or knuckles to sacrum, or reach around for that right inner thigh. And then go ahead, drop both hands down to the front and just let everything settle back to center. And then bend your knees and squeeze your belly and round it up. Once you're at the top, stretch it out, drop your tailbone, only if it feels good, add a little back bend. And then come up tall, hands down, find your mountain. Take a moment, settle your breath. and step the right foot back. Setting up warrior one position, so it's heel to heel or a little wider, back toes around 1 or 2 o'clock, hips are forward, bend into the left knee. Hands can stay at the heart or reach up. Remember, the knee is not going past the ankle. You're pulling back on the left hip, forward on the right. And you're not popping the ribs forward, creating that crunch in the back. You're dropping the ribs and you're tucking the tailbone. Keep that spine nice and tall. And breathe. Again, if it feels okay, palms forward, elbows to the side, squeeze together and look up. And then reach it back high. On your exhale, hands behind the back, interlace your fingers. Inhale, give them a stretch and look up the wall. Stay here or exhale, bow forward toward the inside of the front knee, as if the top of the head might reach the floor. Let those arms stretch open. Doesn't feel good, you're still standing up tall. Now squeeze your belly tight, press into both feet to stand back up. Arms high and straighten the front leg. Let your hands come around and touch the top of your thigh and slide down the leg. Both legs are straight now. Setting up for pyramid, pull back on the left, forward on the right. Hands might stay on the shin. They might go to either side of the foot. If that comes easy for you, you might turn the hands, walk them towards the back foot. There's a bind here. If you'd like to grab behind that back hamstring, you can do that. If you went low, walk your thumbs back below the knee and push the shin away. Hands to the waist, squeeze your belly to stand up, arms high. All right, now we're gonna just take the left hand to the top of the left hip crease, pull back on the left hip. We're reaching the right arm out over the left leg, and then we're going down for the shin, a block, the foot, the floor. Left hand can stay on the hip or reach up and stack the shoulders. So less of a twist, you can always grab your block and keep it on the inside of the foot. More of a twist on top. This twist is pinky to the side of the foot. And you're all breathing. Nice, everybody. Pasita. Trikonasana. All right, bring that left hand back to the waist. If it feels okay, we're going to use our core to come up. If not, you can just make your way to ragdoll. Otherwise, right arm reaches forward, push into both feet, use your core to come up, and then watch the arm go as it drops around behind you. And then step up with the right foot, shake it all out, and step back with the left. Lucy. All right, bend to the front knee, set up your warrior one. Find where you want your arms to be. Make sure you're engaging the belly, dropping the tailbone. You're not popping it out and creating tension. You're always welcome to keep your arms here, or it's palms forward. They go out to the side. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you look up the wall. And then reach it back high. And then exhale, hands behind the back, interlace your fingers. Inhale, give it a stretch, look up. Stay there, or exhale, bow forward. Then squeeze tight, push into your feet to stand up. Arms high, go ahead, straighten that front leg. Hands come around, touch the thigh, and slide down the leg. Find your pyramid. You can keep it on the leg, drop it to the floor, or walk it around to the back. If you went low, you're going to bring your thumbs below your shin, below your knee on your shin, and then hands to the waist, squeeze your belly, come up, and reach your arms high. Now take your right hand to the top of the right hip crease, pull that right hip back. Big inhale, exhale, stretch left arm out, and then go down for your shin, the foot, the floor, a block. Right hand can stay on the hip or reach it high. Twisting triangle, Pasrita Trikonasana. If your hand went up, bring it back to the waist. So you remember you can bring it up the same way we did before, or we're going to squeeze the belly, reach the left arm forward, push into your feet as it comes up, and then watch it rainbow around to the back of the room. And then step up to the top of your mat and find your mountain. Take a moment, settle your breath. And then decide if you just want to stay here in mountain. That's always an option. Otherwise, inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Stay here in a ragdoll, a squat, or make your way back to down dog. If you went to down dog, you can add a vinyasa. Nice, everybody. Down dog people, make it back to the top of your mat, and let's meet our friends in a squat if that's where you're going. So remember, you can have a high squat for your knees. You can drop it into malasana. You can always make it a toe squat, sit on your heels. You all know by now what feels good, right? And when you're ready to come up, you can either push and round up, or you can just power up through your thighs and shake it all out. And find your mountain. Take a moment, settle your breath. And then step your right foot back, finding warrior two position. Heel to arch alignment. Look over the left middle finger, bend into that left knee, but don't let the knee go past the ankle. Yeah, take that right, yep, good adjustment. The right foot goes further away. So make that space. Let's all turn our palms up and bend our elbows so you can get the shoulders to relax. And then just stretch them back out, and then stretch it back, find reverse triangle. And then bend your knees, go back to warrior two, stay right here, and just bend your elbows so the palms turn in to face you. And then sit the left elbow on top of the right. It can be backs of the hands together or wrap your palms. Feels okay, you're lifting up on the elbows and you're pushing the hands away. So counter stretch to what we've been doing, right? Opening and squeezing the shoulder blades together. Now we're pushing and rounding the back. Let your hands come back in, unwind the arms and stretch it out. And then take it back, reverse triangle again, hold it. Stay here, or let your right hand grab that top wrist and pull to the back of the mat. All right, keep your legs straight, arms are going parallel, and you're setting up for triangle pose. So left arm stretches to the front before the hand goes down, right arm up, and find your triangle. Beautiful. You guys look awesome. Your belly's still engaged, your tailbone's still dropping. And then squeeze your belly tight, press into both feet, come up and stretch your back. And then just drop your left arm, turn your left toes in, fold forward and touch the floor. So we're using this as like a break. And just let this feel good. Add whatever feels good to your practice. Nice. All right, and then we're all gonna push the floor away. Just turn your left toes back to the top of the mat. Walk your hands to the top. You can either step to rag doll or down dog. You can rest or flow. You can cat cow if you want something in between. And then we'll all make our way back to ragdoll. On an inhale, find Ardha Uttanasana. On an exhale, fold. On an inhale, come all the way up. Stretch it out at the top. Drop your tailbone if it feels good. Have your back bend. Come up tall, hands down, and find your mountain. Take a moment, settle your breath. And step the left foot back. Warrior two on this side. Bend into the right knee, look over the right middle finger. Don't let the knee go past the ankle and track it over the pinky toe so you feel a stretch in the inner thigh. Let's all turn our palms up, bend your elbows, get the shoulders to relax. And then go ahead, straighten it back out. Flip the palm and stretch it back, reverse triangle, hold. And then bend your knee back to warrior two. And then bend your elbows, turn your elbows forward, face the palms in. And then it's right elbow on top. You can stay there or wrap the palms, stay here or lift up on the elbows and push the hands away. And then let your hands come back in, unwind and stretch it out. And then stretch it back. Hold here or grab that wrist with the back hand and pull. Now keep your legs straight and drop the arms parallel, setting up for triangle. Right arm stretches out before the hand goes down and find your pose. Front toes perpendicular. So if we turn the toes, then we twist the ankle, which twists the knee, which pops the hip out. Good adjustment. And then go ahead, squeeze to come all the way up and stretch it back. Drop your right arm. Turn your right toes in, fold forward and touch the floor. Again, hang out here, make this a resting place. You can add whatever you like. You can stretch out the shoulders by taking the hands behind the back, pulling them away in C position. You can reach for the feet. You can go upside down, whatever feels good. Nice, everybody. And then go ahead, press the floor away. Just turn the right toes back to the top of the mat, and you can go to down dog or rag dog. You can rest or flow. Nice chaturanga. Looks good. And your down dog, keep reaching through your heels as if they might touch the floor eventually. They may not, but you're going to keep creating that length down through the backs of the legs. Keep pressing the heels just as much as you're pressing through the hands. Nice. And then if you're in down dog, make your way back to ragdoll. On an inhale, find Ardha Uttanasana. On an exhale, fold. On an inhale, come all the way up. Stretch it out at the top. Drop your tailbone. If it feels good, add that little back leg. Come up tall, hands down, and drop your arms. Find your mountain. Settle your breath. And let's do a few balancing poses. So I'm going to suggest Galavasana. If that doesn't feel good, you can do tree or something else. So Galavasana, you bend both knees like a chair. Left foot's going to stay down, right ankle's going to come over, and you're going to push down through that to try to level your hips. Hands can rest on your ankle and knee, and you're going to bend more, so your bottom's going to go back and your shoulders are going to come forward like chair. Yeah, some of you might be able to reach down, eventually touch the floor. Whenever you get tired, just go to ragdoll. Yeah, there's a bind here for anybody who's easily touching the floor. Take that left hand in front of the foot and take your left knuckles to the sacrum. Not today, right? And then the right hand goes behind. Yeah. All right, wherever you are, let's make our way back to ragdoll. Just kick it out, or standing rather, mountain. And try the other side. So bend your knees like a chair. Make sure your shoulders are over your knees and your bottom's back, and you're not creating any tension here. Right foot stays down. Is that right? Did I go backwards last time? Yeah. Left ankle comes over. You got it. Eventually there's an arm balance here, of course, Colette. Nice. When you feel balanced out, come back up to standing and give a little kick, give a little swish, give a little shake. Just take a moment in mountain and settle your breath. All right, option 2, you can do the same thing you just did. You can always change it up, make it a tree or a warrior 3. Or we're gonna work on, we've been working on eagle. So we're gonna go at it the same way, like your chair. And you're gonna keep the left foot down and cross the thigh over. Elbows up and in, left on top, back to the hands or wrap the palms. Bend that back knee enough, you might eventually be able to wrap that foot. And then you're lifting up on the elbows and pushing the hands back. Nice. Beautiful. And then go ahead and come up, unwind, just let it like fly out and give a little shake. And then try the other side. So sit back into your chair. Right foot stays down. You have to bend that standing leg a lot, like you're in chair, elbows in, right on top. That's it. Oh, so you want the thigh on top, darling. Yeah, yes. And bend the back leg more. Yes. And really squeeze your thighs like you're trying not to get that knee over. Nice, everybody. Lift up, pull away for that stretch in the shoulders. And then unwind and just let that leg fly out to the side. Give it a little shake. And find your mountain. Reach your arms up, keep them here, bend your elbows, send them out to the side, squeeze the shoulder blades together. So your counter stretch, that squeeze. And then reach high and fold forward. You can stay right here. You can do a squat or a crow if that's in your practice. And if you want to early exit back to child's pose, go for it. Use your core. Nice. Good job. And when you're done, we'll all meet back at hands and knees. If you needed a flow and you didn't get it, go for it. If you need to roll out your wrists because you were practicing crow, go for it. You need to rest in child's pose. And then we'll all be at hands and knees. And just do a couple cat-cow tilts, release your spine. And then return to your flat back and make your way onto your bottom. Swing your legs around. Keep your left leg out, bring your right knee in. Keep the foot on the inside or cross it over. Keep this leg straight or you can bend it back. You're gonna hug the knee with the left, look to the right. Some of you might put that elbow on the outside of the knee. And then when you're ready, unwind to the open side. Come to center and switch. Keep it or cross it, straight or bent back. Hug the knee with the right, look to the left. Find your pose, maybe you add the elbow. Wait for your exhale, unwind, look around to the other side. And come back to center. And take that left leg back out, bring your right knee in. So we've been practicing Marichyasana A. So we're gonna just give it a shot and see what happens. So you want one hand print between the foot and the leg. And you want your shoulder on the inside of the right knee, right shoulder, right knee. Take your right hand, reach out. Now flip your thumb and see if you can wrap that armpit around. As it goes around, you inwardly rotate so the knuckles end up to the back. Stay there or take that left hand behind and grab fingers. If you caught hold, you're gonna lengthen and then exhale, see if you can fold. Eventually, nose to knee or chin to shin. And then go ahead and come up and just let your knee fall open. And we're gonna twist around and look back to the right. And some of you are gonna stay right here. Some of you are gonna plant that right hand about 6 or 8 inches behind your bottom, reach the left arm up, and then push up onto your shin and really stretch that left hand to the back and push your hips kind of to the side, but focus on that side body stretch. And then go ahead and lower it back down and then switch it out. So good alternative if you're not feeling the shoulder stuff is just your Janu Sirsasana. So otherwise it's right knee out, left knee in, one hand put away. So the thing is, if you get the foot too close, it makes the knee kick out, which makes the bind harder. We want the knee up and down. All right, left arm reaches out, flip the thumb, wrap it around, knuckles towards the sacrum. Maybe the right hand goes behind. Maybe fold. And remember, you can just go into a regular forward fold over that right leg if the shoulder stuff is not feeling like what you want to do today. There are actually 4 Marichis. Go ahead, come all the way up. Let your knee fall open. You're going to twist over the knee and look to the left. And then some of you are going to stay here. So it feels okay. Left hand goes flat, right arm goes up. You push up onto the shin and really push your hips and really reach through that right arm. And then it should feel good. Nice. Go ahead, lower back down and take both legs out in front. Hands alongside the hips, flex the feet, drop the chin, engage the belly, Dandasana, staff pose. Stay here or inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold towards your toes. And then look at your toes, squeeze your belly, lock your thumbs, reach out and up. And drop your arms. And make your bottom move towards your heels. So I want to give you guys an option. You're either going to do back bends if you have a shoulder stand practice, or you would like to do a supported back bend or a supported shoulder stand, grab a block. You got one? So your supported bridge, you roll up, you just pop the block under the sacrum so it's like in a T kind of top position, and you let the block do the work. And from here, you might take one leg up and then the other leg up, and it becomes a supported shoulder stand. You can always just hold a regular bridge. You can also do a full back bend, as Colette's doing here, and the ladies in the back. It's kind of a heave ho. So I'll just show you what it looks like. Darling, you go up, hands to the back. You might have a jackknife, eventually working on a straight line up. Nice. So Colette, there's a full lotus here that you go into in your, I have to reach up and grab my foot and pull it down. Yeah. And then you put your hands on your knees. Yeah, when you're done, lower down. Yeah. Nice, nice, good. All right. All right, and then we're gonna do some variation of a fish. So we're all gonna extend our legs. We're gonna take our hands down alongside our body and then just grab hold of your hips. You're not gonna move your elbows. Now just lift your head and look at your toes. And now push into your elbows, you're not moving them, lift up, and then crown of the head back. Some of you are just gonna stay here if it feels okay. Crown of the head is gonna go all the way back until it touches the floor. Most of the weight stays into the elbows until you've been doing this for a long time, and then there are variations you can take, hands to the heart or overhead. That looks really good, everybody. Beautiful. All right, all the weight comes back into the elbows before you lift the head and lower down. And then just turn your head, rock it side to side. And then hug your knees up and in and rock it out. And then keep your right leg in. You can either keep it hugged in or you can plant it on the floor if it doesn't feel good to hug the knee. Left arm straight up. Left leg straight up. All right, slowly lower the leg. Push the low back into the floor. Once it's down, give it a little rock. Some of you are staying here. Some of you are going to let the right knee fall out to the right side. One last hip flexor stretch. Stay there or catch the pinky toe side of the right foot with the right hand. It's foot up, knee down, and then you can pull to get a deeper stretch. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. You're trying to keep that left hip down at the same time. All right, release your foot, arms open up, and take a twist, knee to the left, gaze to the right. If you have a different twist that gives you a better release, feel free to change it up. Remember, the right shoulder stays on the floor. And then bring it back to center. Hug it up and in and rock it up. And then left leg in or on the floor and right leg high. Flex it And slow as you can, lower that leg. Nice, nice control, everybody. Rock it out. Stay here or drop that left knee to the side. Stay there or catch the pinky toe side of the left foot with the left hand. Release your foot, arms open up, take a twist, knee to the right, gaze to the left. Bring it back to center, hug it up and in and rock it out. Stay here or bottoms of the feet together, knees press away. Stay there or both feet up in the air. Any movement feels good. If your feet are up, bring them in. The knees are wide, pull them together. If it feels okay, hug yourself up into a tight little ball. And then wait for an exhale and stretch it out in all directions. Find Shavasana, whatever that looks like for you today. Make sure your back is comfortable. You can slide the flesh away or bend your knees. Make sure the shoulders are tucked behind the heart. The eyes are closed. And then just imagine that beautiful golden light enters the body through the crown of the head. As the light pours through, it brings warmth and relaxation to the scalp, the forehead, the eyes, the nose, and the mouth are relaxed. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw. The neck and shoulders are relaxed. Arms, hands, and fingers. Chest, your heart and lungs. Abdomen, all your internal organs. The upper, middle, and lower back are relaxed. The hips, the pelvis, the buttocks, the thighs, the knees, the calves and shins, the ankles, the feet, and out the toes. The body is completely relaxed. This state of peace is your true nature. Take a few moments just to be. To decide whether you're doing the work in a spiritual way or not, ask yourself, am I maintaining my peace while doing this? If the answer is no, then you're doing something wrong. Every job should make you happy and jubilant. You should enjoy it, whatever it is, and feel like doing more. You should forget yourself while you're doing it. Work should be fun, not a burden. If you become heavy while you're doing it, then you're doing it as a labor. Even if you look for a thank you, you're looking for some reward. When you do something for reward, it's labor, it's not service. Labor means you do it to get it. Service means you just do it and forget it. So bring the awareness back to your breath. Deepen your breath. Let it fill your body. And bring your small movements to fingers and toes, hands and feet, arms and legs, until you're ready for a big stretch. And if it feels good, hug your knees in one last time. If you'd like to roll to your side, the right side is more relaxation, the left side is more energy. Take a few more resting breaths before you sit up from wherever you are. And then in your own time, in your least disturbing way possible, maybe your eyes stay closed as you make your way up to your comfortable seat. We'll close our practice. Find your tall spine. Find your breath. Remember your peace. Share your light. Hands to the heart. Bow in. Give gratitude. And look for the joy. Lead you the right way. Namaste. Thank you all for sharing your practice and your presence. Thank you for being